welcome back to my YouTube. It's xninfax, and if you want to see how I turn myself into this beautiful Miss Creature, stay tuned. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share it, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Alright, let's get started. Okay guys, I'm going to try my absolute best to explain these steps, but just know that it was incredibly challenging for me. We're going to start off by taking some aluminum foil. I'm rolling it up and bending it into a U shape. This is just going to act as my jaw for this look. I'm also just taking some Gorilla Tape and applying it to both sides just to guarantee that it is sturdy. I'm taking another piece of foil, rolling it up into that U shape again, and then at the end of this I'm going to glue my bottom fang. I did make a piece for my top fangs, which was entirely too big, so you'll see later on that I did go in and make it way smaller. I also adjusted the jaw by adding more foil just to make it look a little bit more wider. Once I figured out exactly where I wanted those bottom fangs to go, I just took some super glue and glued those down to the jaw. This is where I struggled the most. I just didn't know where to place my top fangs. I didn't know if I wanted to initially cover my nose. I ended up just snipping it in half and then placing it on my chin as well and taping it down to the sides of my jaw piece. And finally, you can kind of see the form start to take place. Next, I just went in with some liquid latex and a little bit of flour and mixed it up. There was no real measurements. I just kind of played around with the consistency for that. Once I found a good consistency that I liked, I started to apply that all over the foil. I know it looks a little rough and unfinished right now, but as soon as you take a little bit of the liquid latex on your finger and run it across it, it just smooths everything out. After it completely finished drying, I went in with some red water activated paint from Wolf and just applied it all into the insides of my mouth. I started mixing the red paint with a little bit of brown and black just for those deeper indentions and holes, just to give it a little bit more depth. Going in, layering the red over and over again with different colors and variations, just because I wanted it to look realistic and really fleshy. Then I applied a foundation similar to my color so that the jaw could match the rest of my body. first, those teeth were way too white for me, so I had to dirty them up a little bit with some yellow paint and brown towards the gum line. And here I am looking very defeated because this was probably my 4th time attempting to apply this piece to my face. And to apply that, I just used a little bit of liquid latex, well actually a lot of liquid latex, let it get a little bit tacky, and then pushed it onto my face. I overlapped the liquid latex onto my face and added some pieces of tissue so I didn't have any harsh edges. I also added a piece of tissue to the center of my forehead, giving the story being that I possibly got shot in the forehead. I mean, who wouldn't shoot a creature like this in the head? I started covering those edges with some foundation, and then I went back and tore them up because I feel like if you have this big ass jaw, chances are it's ripped some of your face up, and I didn't want anything to look too pretty or polished. I went in with some red paint and added to those little fleshy pieces of skin, added some bruising to the hole on my forehead, and also added red underneath my eyes. I did initially keep going in with some deeper colors to make my eyes appear sunken in, but I think I just ultimately went in and added black all around my eyes. Time to bloody this bad boy up. I just took a sponge, tore it all apart, and then stippled some blood all over my face. I went in with a little brush because it was easier for me to reach all those little holes and crevices. I also added blood to the tips of my teeth to make it look like I had just bit into something. And here I am bringing more of that blood to the bottom of my gums, and then I just let it drip down off of my chin. As you can see, I do have a black piece of tape on my double chin. I put it there thinking that it was going to keep my jaw in place, but it did absolutely nothing. And when I tried to take it off, it started pulling every inch of peach fuzz, so I just left it as is. And this was my attempt of trying to hide that tape. And here I am looking like Hagrid from Harry Potter.